Well, that's just a cracking sunset over Chesil. I was all tucked up in bed and I thought, oh, that looked nice. And sure enough, the video's already uploaded, so you're going to see this in the wrong time order. It's going to be like a sunrise, which of course is in a complete different direction. But enjoy it anyway. Well, I'm not the happiest of campers this morning. Excuse me. I didn't have a very good night's sleep. I slept well, slept like a log-ish. Problem was, I'm on a slight slope and it's the wrong way, facing the wrong way. So I seem to have been adjusting all night. So feeling a little bit stiff, you know, woken up a bit stiff. Also had a couple of bad dreams. So I had one really awful dream, then another really awful dream. So that wasn't nice. So, to cheer myself up, I'm going to have breakfast in bed. So, I'm going to have these coffee bags, right? Taylor's a Harrogate coffee bags. Now, I like Taylor's a Harrogate coffee. These bags are awful. Okay, there you go. That's what you get. You get a little, it's like a tea bag, right? Not much coffee in them. I tried them. I thought they'd be an awesome thing for the van, and they were really weak. So, yesterday I put 2 in. And that was alright, that's acceptable. I also got me Morrison's original porridge, little comfort food, that's left over from last summer. So I'm just having a nice, easy, tidy, clean boil of water and have breakfast kind of coffee. Hope the day gets better. So that there is Chesil Cove, at the top end of Chesil Beach, or the bottom end of Chesil Beach, I don't know which. That's where I was hoping to dive yesterday. Could potentially dive today, but that wind is still quite strong, as you can hear, so I think it's a blowout again. The water looks clear, fairly close in, but I think I'm a bit stuffed really. I'll have to forget about it again. So this is Portland Castle. This is literally 100 yards, well not even that, from where I was sleeping the last couple of nights. Oh, I got a cracking welcome when I turned up at Fladen, and now we're going to have a look around the showroom. Look at all this stuff, look lovely. Got everything. Oh, look, straight in here. What we got? Cod rigs. Hey, recognise anybody? That's me, that is. My big bass, big wrasse, big bream, big rays, tope, cod. Smooth hounds, look at that, brilliant they are. Still a top seller. Proper kayak rigs. God, look at all this stuff. Oh, it's lovely. Lines. Because of course all my stuff. Oh, there's all the rods. Look. Ah, I recognise that rod holder. Got one of those in my lounge. Look at that, all the tackle, all the bits and bobs you need. We've got lures, we've got everything. Boilies, they cater for everybody. I mean, look at the size of those shads. I mean, look at that. Oh, it's marvellous stuff. Marvellous stuff. Jelly worms, drop nets for the kids. Brilliant. Something for the weekend, sir. Excellent stuff. I mean, look at the size of that reel. That's huge. Oh, yeah, brilliant. Lovely stuff. Lovely stuff. Cool. Here's all the other reels. Look. I mean, come on, you can't say fairer than that. I had one of those. Brilliant it was. What a treat from John from Fladen. Look at that, working hard. That's lovely. Rock and roll! Hey! Well, I wasn't intending getting any more kit, but when you're in a Fladen warehouse and they say, oh, do you want anything? You've got to have a look around. So
Made a note of the numbers so I can pay me bill, but wow, look at that. So I've got 3 new bassing rods and 12 new lures that should swim straight, because all mine are hammered now. Look at this, Fladen Extra Flex. 7 to 25 gram, 210, basalt fibres. They're going to give me a lovely scrap on the old bass, they are. So yeah, job is most likely going to be a good one. And I look exceptionally smart in my new Fladen Maximus top. Look at that. Isn't that great? Happy. Now to move. Well, I'm going to move on shortly, so that's me signing off from Portland and Weymouth and Dorset, and I'm heading for North Devon and then Cornwall. So, catch you later, guys. Well, this is Chesil Cove, where I didn't dive yesterday. I'm now thinking I should dive it today. It's looking okay. I can go and fiddle around in those rocks, maybe get something to eat. The sea's flattened off loads. I'm going to check out my tanks, and if my eggs are working, I think I'll have a little dip. I didn't actually know where I was going to come out, but actually it's pretty good. Pretty much where I need to be, in fact. Well, I'm back out my dive, and it was quite good. Had about 3 meters visibility. Lots of wrasse, lots of sand eels, a few spider crabs, a few bits and bobs. I tell you what though, oh, a cuttlefish. I saw them twice, big one, biggest cuttlefish I've seen. But speaking of biggest ones I've ever seen, look at the size of this beast. It doesn't even fit in. Right, here's an idea. Right, this thing, I've never seen a crab this big. Yeah, size of my head. I am going to have a major feast tonight. Look at that. Look at that. Top finger. Mental. That is a mental crab. I'm forever blowing bubbles. I can't believe this. I mean, I just checked my forefinger to the crux between forefinger and thumb is the same length as his top claw. Okay, this thing is 9 inches long across. So look, there you go. It is literally the size of my head. This really is a monster beastie, and that is going to taste so incredibly good. It's a male as well. I'm really going to enjoy that tonight. You're not, you cheeky little bastard. Look at that, entire bottom drawer of my fridge. I've taken the gin out specially. That is one massive monster. Ad hoc meal of cheese sandwiches. Some West Country spreadable butter and tangy tomato mackies and Scotland crisps. Crusty rolls from old favourite Lidl. That'll keep me going for a few hours on my way to Barnstaple. Here we go, I'm on the coast road. I'm heading for Barnstaple, which I didn't realise was on a coast road. The view here is really lovely. So out to my left is the sea with loads of cliffs and blue water. On my right there's all valleys and vales and hills and dales, and it's quite splendid, really. Quite a magnificent setting. Let's see if I can turn that a bit sideways for you guys. There you go. Look, this is really nice here. Had to drop down to 4th gear, then 3rd gear, then 2nd gear to get up some of these, but yeah, it's been a beautiful little few miles. Right, so I've come over at Barnstaple randomly to pick up some diving regulators because I was hearing a hiss from mine, and this guy here hooted at me just as I was about to turn into Asda. So I'm gonna, well, no, explain who you are, Lee. This is Lee, by the way.
Yeah, I am. Yeah, just Lee from Westwood Ho. I was just finishing the job for the day, and I thought, hang on a minute, I recognise that van at the roundabout. And yeah, lo and behold, it was so and so, and there we go.
Yeah.
Here we are chatting in the Asda car park.
And he has the car park in the rain. So,
well.
So where did you recognise me from, Lee?
Well, it started out with the Spitfires, to be honest.
Right.
I've got a little Spitfire myself, and yeah, just drawing a lot down, just finding out different interests, and lo and behold, came across the channel. I've just followed you since then, really.
Brilliant.
And then today, you drive past me.
That's brilliant.
So there we go.
Well, I think that's amazing. So I've been recognised on the road in the middle of nowhere, miles from home, by somebody on YouTube. So I've stopped for the night. It's just before 7 o'clock. I'm just past Bude on the A39. Tomorrow I'll hit Lizard Point. It's only 67 miles, but I won't have time to cook my crab if I don't go now. It's absolutely awful out there. Hammering down. It's grim. So yeah, I'm in for a wet night. I really don't like to cook in the van, but you can see the reason why I'm not going outside. Mr. Crab barely fits. So there's my rolling boil. So it's time to say goodbye, Charlie. I mean, look at that. Look, honestly. Now we just got to get him in somehow. He ain't gonna like that. He's been in the fridge, so he's really chilled out now. Well, it's lucky I didn't get a bigger one, because that took some effort to get into the pot. Well, it's all cooked now, and less dangerous to me. He's cooled down a bit, not fully cooled, so it's still slightly warm, so it should be a bit easier to pick, and I'm going to start eating. It's 8:30 at night and I'm ready to rock. Dad wanted to see how big it was compared to a plate. It's a plate sized bowl. It's big. Seriously, I mean, look at this. Just look at it. And it tastes amazing. I've just eaten the legs. That's the legs. Normally I don't bother with the legs. I keep them for stock or something. There was loads in there. This is an amazing meal. So there's the body. That is going to wait for tomorrow because I'm already full. This here, right, this big pile of meat is one claw. One claw. I've had one claw on the legs. I'm good to go. But of course I'm going to eat the rest of that one. But yeah, that was amazing amount in that crab. That's 3 meals. Maybe 4. I'm most satisfied. Yum yum. And then soon it'll be lights out. So good night, Chesty, wherever you are.